My name is Luke Sinagra. I'm 24. I've been training seriously for Strongman for about 2 years now. Netflix documentaries, actually. The first one I saw was Eddie Hall's Strongman, and that's what really got me into it. I was going through a weird time in my life, and it made sense to me. It was like giants, it was like a cool thing to see. I thought at first I couldn't do it, but then I found out there were weight classes, and then I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. It was weird, actually. I was training in a gym in North Hills called it was called Body Tech. Now it's called Powerhouse Gym. But there was a guy there who trained in the powerlifting room, and he told me, hey, there's this crew of guys that has all this equipment out in Pittsburgh Mills, and they train on Saturdays. So it took me about 2 Saturdays to find the guys, but I came in, I started working with the equipment, and then one of the guys, Dylan, we had 2 Dylans, but this was the OG Dylan, as we like to call him. He just came over like, hey, you want to work with us? That's how it all started. Because I was intimidated at first, of course. I think that's like a running theme with anybody that finds out about the group. It's an interesting question. Yes, it has changed my life, both better and for worse. I'm probably a little more worn and torn than I would be if I was just doing regular workouts. But I think as a whole, it helps you in every facet of life, mentally, physically. You feel confident in whatever you do, basically. Like when I started a job landscaping, I was picking up stones, 200-300 pounds basically, and I was able to do it without any real prompting or training because of the work I do here. I'm not saying that's like the normal thing, but it all comes together. Dream, shoot for the stars, try to land on the moon type thing. Biggest goal is just to be a really good pro competitor. Hopefully 105, if not, do really well in the under 90 kilo range is where I'm kind of sitting right now. So, layman's terms, try to be good under 200 pounds. Love to be 220 and competing really well with the top guys. I wouldn't say rivals. People I look up to, guys like Sean, Vaughn, and Ken McClellan. Former Masters, World Strongest Man, and my coach. I look up to him. That kind of hardcore training method. Anyone that does that, I kind of look up to them and I learn from them. It's got to be a fine balance. You can't be too worked up that if you miss something it destroys you, but you can't be too calm because then you can't use the aggressiveness you need for this type of sport. Sacrifices, yes. I eat a lot more than I used to eat, and the foods have changed, and then the physiotherapy and everything like that. But I wouldn't call those sacrifices. I call them investments. But yeah, I have a lot less time for other hobbies and things like that now, but it's all worth it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Diligent, I think. If I don't do so my coach gives me prescribed weights and lifts I have to hit, and if I don't hit them, I feel like I failed that thing, or I failed myself. So being diligent at that kind of keeps me in a good state. And if I want to do other stuff after that, if I don't do as well at that, or if I don't feel like doing that or doing the weights that everyone else is doing, I feel okay about it. Just start working at it. I mean, when I first started training this, I had no equipment. For my first competition, I had a keg toss event, and I had no kegs, but the back of my gym had a bunch of little tires, and I would use those to and I would mark. They would create marks on the back wall, basically, and I would use that as my measurement. So you can make anything work, and just not strength from the main lifts, it'll all carry over. Some of my best friends, I mean, I can't imagine doing this without them, or without their encouragement, anything.